Eric, thank you very much. Penn State got hit with a $1 million fine yesterday by the NCAA and is banned from postseason play for 4 years, along with other punishments from the fallout of the Jerry Sandusky sex abuse scandal.
Stacey Cohen has more now from Washington.
The NCAA said Penn State's football-first culture enabled serial child sex abuse to occur. The harsh punishments came after an independent investigation held top Penn State officials responsible for not taking action to stop the abuse.
No price the NCAA can levy will repair the grievous damage inflicted by Jerry Sandusky on his victims. However, we can make clear that the culture, actions, and inactions that allowed them to be victimized will not be tolerated in collegiate athletics.
Penn State officials said they accept the ruling. The penalties include a $60 million fine, a 4-year postseason ban, removal of all wins from 1998 to 2011, the loss of 20 scholarships a year for 4 years, and the school must create a fund to prevent child abuse and assist victims. Additionally, the Big Ten Conference said Penn State is ineligible for Big Ten Conference championship games and will not receive shares of Big Ten Conference money during the 4-year postseason ban. On Sunday, the bronze statue of Coach Joe Paterno was removed from its place outside the stadium. With the NCAA ruling, Paterno lost his place in history as college football's winningest coach. In Washington, I'm Stacey Cohen.
All right, this ruling by the NCAA is being called unprecedented. We keep hearing that word over and over again. I'm joined this morning by attorney and sports agent John Phillips. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Absolutely.
Your initial thoughts to this?
Shocking. You know, you can't punish this situation enough. Okay, let me get that out of the way.
Got it.
That said, the NCAA is the athletic association, National College Athletic Association, and what they're doing is regulating something that didn't happen on the field, saying that Penn State got a competitive advantage by the cover-up, which is unprecedented.
Yeah, this is almost, I've heard a lot of people talk about this, talking about behavior and ruling on behavior. And if they're going to rule on this behavior, it certainly opens a Pandora's box for other places. I mean, you look at what's going on in Syracuse. I mean, they got rid of Bernie Fine, the assistant basketball coach, for allegations of child endangerment.
Bernie Fine was the same example in Montana. There's a scandal going on with a bunch of players that sexually assaulted women. Where do you draw the line if the NCAAs are regulating immoral conduct off the field? At what point are they setting themselves up as the regulator? They can't even regulate what sports agents do. Why are you getting into this arena now?
Yeah, if they're certainly going to rule on something like this, you look at the SMU situation many years ago. They basically, we keep hearing this death penalty, but they destroyed the program and said you're done because it was a pay-play type situation. Well, certainly in a situation like this, wouldn't you think this would be more severe than something of that nature?
It might be. You're making somebody play with a broken leg now. $60 million, the $60 million revenue on top of the Big Ten saying you're not going to get shared revenue is actually more than their yearly income. The amount of scholarship reductions is considerable. I mean, they're going to be the doormat of the Big Ten for a decade.
Yeah, and they generated all this revenue, but $60 million was what they brought in every year. That's obviously going to change because less people probably will be going to the games. They can't play in the Big Ten tournament. They have the 4-year ban. Players can transfer immediately under this thing to another school without having to sit out a year. What's the long-term implications for Penn State?
I think it's going to be bad news. You know, I was there actually, I think 2 years ago for the Alabama game. We played there, and it was before all this came, and it was amazing, and we all saw the statue and took the tour and everything, and that's gone. For the rival fan, for the casual fan, whatever, that legacy of Penn State is demolished, and Penn State's recognized it's demolished. We're starting over. We're going to be a new program, and so they're just going to have to rebuild and find a core group of guys to rebuild around.
Yeah, no bigger symbol of that is that where the Joe Paterno statue once stood, a hole is in the ground.
Saddam Hussein, you know, it was just such a kind of a Saddam Hussein moment of them taking that statue down. I just couldn't believe what I was watching. Although, again, you couldn't believe, you know, the stuff from the Sandusky trial. It was so appalling. You know, they're on par.
Okay. Real quickly, what message does this send the NCAA to the rest of the country and to the rest of collegiate programs?
Regulate your institution.
All right. right, very good. John Phillips, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your thoughts right now. By the way, that leads us to our question of the day.